This is Cordelia from Global Professionals in Portugal. Today, I want to talk to you about how to furnish your office in Portugal. As much as I would love to buy everything made in Portugal, it's actually really hard to find a lot of the types of things that you need for an office that are actually made in Portugal. What I've done is I've narrowed it down to my top three favorite stores of where to shop for your office furniture and furnishings in Portugal. And I'm also giving you some tips and hacks for each different one to help you be more efficient and save money. So before I get into the details of each store, I will say that in general, you will always want to save your paper receipts for anything you purchase here that you think you may want to return at any point in the future. Not only return, but if you buy like an extended warranty or anything like that. Even if you, like in the US, if you buy something on a credit card and you don't have your receipt, a lot of stores will just look up your purchase by your credit card number and then boom, you're done. They do not do that here. You need the paper receipt. So we had a TV that we purchased with the warranty, but we have not saved the receipt. And so we did not get to return it when it broke. We did not get the benefit of the warranty. We just had to buy a new TV. So save your receipts. Okay. The other thing here that I've noticed in general, and this is cultural in Portugal, is people are a lot less likely to give you their opinion. So if you're in a shop and you're like, do you have X? And they'll just be like, no. Now, you can then say, do you have something similar to that? And then they'll help you find something similar. Or could you order it for me? Or I have this problem. Can you help me solve it? Then they will be happy to help you, but they don't just assume that you want help unless you ask for it. They'll even help you, like if their store doesn't have something and you'll be like, where could I buy this? They'll list other stores just to be helpful. So it's not that they're not helpful, it's just that they wait to be asked. That's been my experience anyway. Number one is Ikea. We have to drive about an hour to get to ours, and it's totally worth it. They have standardized furniture. Even the office that we rent, they buy all their office furniture from Ikea. The other thing that we found is that we like to spread out with our desks. So we found that we really wanted to have a wider desk than most of the standard desks that we were seeing here. So the other cool thing you can do from Ikea is you can actually purchase a countertop, and then they have separate legs that you can buy, and it's very easy to just attach the legs to the countertop. And then you have your own really wide desk. You can even buy drawers that you can either put under the desk or attach them so that the countertop is attached to the desk. The drawers even come with directions on how to do that. So a lot of people are doing this. There's actually a ton of YouTube videos on how to customize your desk from Ikea. So I'm not going to really go into that, but I will say that we did do that. We have 3 desks at home. We custom built 2 of them to be super wide because we have 2 rooms that can accommodate that. And then our third desk, which is in the living room, is a little bit narrower. So that one we actually bought just a completely built desk already from Ikea also. So it just really depends on your space. These are my hard-learned Ikea shopping hacks. Number 1. Their food is actually really good. So we actually now try to time our visits so that we hit a meal. So the cafeteria is good. That's my 1 tip. Number 2, if you've ever shopped at Ikea, they're very similar. They're massive, and they have this route that they want to feed you through, which involves you going through this whole section of pre-constructed rooms and furnishings so you can browse through everything. And then you go through this whole section of stuff you can pick out, and then you go through the warehouse section, and then you get to the checkout. And by the end of the checkout, if your marriage is intact and you haven't committed a Harry Carey, you're doing well. It's a great place, but it's a little overwhelming. If you pay attention when you're there, you'll see that they have little doorways to skip around the store. So I have now learned the route to go straight from the entrance to the exit at our Ikea. Why would you want to skip to the end? This brings me to my next hack, which is they have at the very end of the store, all the way in the back, they have this room of as is and scratch and dent furniture, which is fabulous. So it's a lot of times it's display models or returns or anything like that. A lot of it is already assembled. Did you get that? It's already assembled. So it means that if you like something in there, it's going to be deeply discounted and it's going to be already assembled. I was able to go to that as is section. They had 3 desks that were all built. I picked the one I liked best and it was already assembled. It had some like tape and stuff from where they had put labels on, like price tags and stuff. But I just used nail polish remover and took all that off. And then it was in like, basically it looks brand new. So go to that very last room even before you browse through the rest of the store, because you might just find what you need there and then boom, you're done. The other hack that I learned the hard way is the following. So if something's wrong with your purchase, like maybe it's broken or some piece doesn't work, you have to go to the returns room, or I guess if you're just returning, right? So they have a whole separate part of the store. You go in there and they actually have a whole bunch of IKEA screws and Allen wrenches and bits and pieces. So if you're rehabbing used IKEA furniture or you're just missing a piece or whatever, you can actually just go straight to that returns room and just take what you need. You don't even have to wait in line.
Mhm.
So those are my IKEA hacks. Okay, so the next store that we have used to furnish our office in Portugal is Staples. Now, in the US, Staples is a dying brand, but here they have big stores, it's fully staffed, and the people are very helpful. It's definitely not the cheapest place to buy stuff, but there were certain items that I wanted to buy. I wanted to know that if something went wrong with it right away, I could just go take it and return it. In particular, a printer. I didn't want to have to deal with shipping that back and waiting for another one. So we bought our printers at Staples. The other thing that's really nice about Staples is they have all their desk chairs are out. So I think it's really important that you have an ergonomic setup in your office, and the desk chairs, it's really hard to just look at a picture and know what's going to be comfortable. So we sat on every chair in Staples. We also sat in the chairs in IKEA, but for us, the Staples chairs were better. So that worked out really well. And here's my hack. Staples will price match. So if you can find the exact same item at an online store, they do have some rules about which kind of online store they'll price match from, but if you can find it, they will discount it. So we got one of our printers for like 50 euros off. So that's a hack for Staples. Our final store that we purchased a lot of our office equipment from is Amazon Spain or Amazon España. So there's no Amazon in Portugal, but Amazon Spain serves Portugal very well. Once you get the hang of having anything delivered in Portugal, which is a little bit more high maintenance than the US, mostly because they won't leave anything at your door. Their deliveries work well, and you can return things pretty easily. There's a drop-off location in our town. They just scan it, and then it goes back to Amazon in Spain. Their brand Amazon Basics is great for things like vacuum cleaners, dehumidifiers, heaters. My experience of certain types of appliances, small appliances, is that if you go to a store locally, they're only going to have 1 or 2 items to choose from. But for example, let's take a space heater. We wanted to get one that was for the right dimensions for our room. Same with our dehumidifier. It's a lot easier to look that up online than it is to stand in the store and then look at all the boxes. And so for things like that, it's great. Cables, cords, batteries, just all sorts of things, that little shelves, laptop shelves, and cable management. We've had a really good experience shopping in Amazon Spain. Okay, here are my Amazon hacks. In general, you want to look for products that are sold by and shipped by Amazon. Those are going to be your best prices. If there's an item that isn't made by Amazon or sold by Amazon, but it's sold by a third-party seller, you still want to check and make sure that it ships from Amazon. The other hack is Amazon is a great website to use even when you're shopping on other websites, because they have really good translation software built into their website. If you don't know the name of something, you cannot always look it up in the dictionary because it doesn't translate literally. For example, tape gun in the United States it's not called a tape gun in Portugal. It's called a tape winder. So when I went into the store asking for a tape gun, he had no idea what I was talking about. The nice thing about Amazon España is that a lot of the listings are keyworded in English, even though they're written in another language. Some of them are even straight up translated. But if you don't know the name of something, what you can do is put it in Amazon in English, and then you're going to get a mix of results. But you want to find the result which is closest to what you're actually looking for. So let's say you put in tape gun and you got glue guns and tape guns and maybe tape dispensers and a roll of tape. You would pick the tape gun, the tape winder, and then click on that listing. And then what you're going to do is find the words in the title, which you can pretty much tell are the actual item that you're looking for in Portuguese. Then you copy that and paste it into the Amazon search bar. And then you're going to get a bunch more results that are similar. So that's where you can really start to do your price comparison, is once you put the correct wording in Portuguese, you get a lot better, cheaper results. It's also really good if you're looking stuff up on another website. So if you're shopping on another Portuguese online portal, you can do the same thing, find the name of your product in Portuguese, and then paste it into that other website. And then my final hack for Amazon is they actually have this thing called Amazon Warehouse or Amazon Secondhand. They're items which have been returned and they can't sell them as new. Even if you just open the box, looked in it, close the box, so you can get some really good deals on Amazon Secondhand. In Portuguese, I think it's called Segundo Mão. Almost everything I've ever received came new with label. Maybe the package was a little bit messed up or something like that. Everything is still fully returnable, just like a normal purchase. So if you receive it and occasionally I have ordered from secondhand in the US, and every now and again I do get something which actually is messed up. And then you just return it. But 90% of the time, it's a brand new item with no problems whatsoever, except maybe a little damage on the packaging. So those are my Amazon shopping hacks. So that's how we furnish our office. You can definitely find everything you need, and it's a great place to work. If you have a shopping hack or a place that you love to shop at, I want to hear about it in the comments. And if this helped you also, please tell me what particular tip or hack or place that worked for you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. This podcast is produced by High Score Strategies. We equip clients to master business value for transactions, growth, and next step strategies. So please reach out to us if we can help you with that. And also, thank you so much for being a part of our community.